Hi, I'm Laura, and this is Lalo Wellness. Today we're going to be working on a little bit of mobility, especially through the hips and the spine. Mobility is something that's really important for all of us, especially as we age. We need to keep those joints as limber as possible. Speaking for all of those that have arthritis, which I have, this is really a key ingredient in fighting off some of that stiffness and restriction in our ability to move. So I think it's super important to practice this as much as we can. Let's get started. We're going to start today's practice in bound angle, bringing the soles of the feet together. You can have them as far away from you or as close into the body as feels comfortable for you. Really letting our knees relax toward the floor. Find some length in your spine and let your chin drop just a little bit and start to check in with your body. See how it's feeling right now. Our hips tend to be one of the tightest spots in our body, so maybe send a little bit of your focus there into your hips. And as we begin to join our breath to our body, focus on allowing those hips to relax just a little bit more every time you exhale. If it helps to close your eyes, you can totally do that. Just let your breath take the lead. Sitting nice and tall every time you breathe in and allowing your joints to relax a little bit more every time you breathe out. Keeping our thoughts focused on our breath and the sensations we might be feeling in the body. On your next inhale, let your hands walk a little bit further out. Maybe you can get way out in front of you. Maybe you're just moving an inch or two down the feet or onto your ankles, wherever you can reach. And then as you exhale, pulling your chest just very gently, a little bit closer to your feet. You're going to start to feel some stretching through the hips and the hips starting to open just a little bit more. Take that breath in, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, draw yourself just a little bit closer. Let's do that one more time right here. Take the deep breath in. Exhale, draw yourself down just a little bit more. Let yourself hold this position for one more breath. And on your next exhale, allow your spine to relax. We're going to bring these knees up and together, just in case the legs need a little bit of help here. Walk our hands toward the top of the mat. Bring your knees directly underneath your hips. Fingers spread nice and wide here in our tabletop. Inhale, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly, lifting the hips. Exhale, scooping the hips, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Moving through that cow and cat. Now we return to our tabletop. Tucking the toes under, lift the hips high, coming into your first downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet, shift as much body weight as you can into the palm of the hand. Let's get the arms long, the spine long, letting your shoulder blades slide toward your hips. Come up on all 10 toes, let the heels begin to drift toward the mat. Keeping a little bit of a bend here at your knees so you really lengthen out the spine and then let the heels start to drop toward the floor. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step that right foot outside your right hand, turning your toes at a 45-degree angle and allowing your knee to drop out to the side until you are resting on the outer edge of your right foot. You can stay right here with your left leg extended. You can drop down to the knee. You might even choose to turn toward your right leg, gently pressing on that inner thigh to get a little bit more opening. Maybe taking the gaze up to the ceiling and opening the chest. One more breath here. And then we return to our downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs, coming up on the toes, keeping those knees slightly bent, and then gradually letting the heels drop.
Inhale, lifting the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot outside the left hand, turning the foot to the 45 and letting the knee drop out to the side. Whatever position you took on the other side, see if you can mirror that on this side. That gentle pressure to the inner thigh, then opening the chest. And then we begin to make our way back to our downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Come up on the toes. Let the knees bend, and then we let the heels drop. Inhale, stepping the right foot outside of the right hand, left foot outside of the left hand. Turn the toes out at a 45 and let your elbows come up here to rest on top of your thighs. You can take your fingertips down to the mat or maybe even hold on to your toes as we drop the hips a little bit lower. Maybe you come all the way to Malasana, or just take it as low as you can, doing your best, and continue moving back and forth through these two moves. Give yourself just a few more. And then we pause with the hips up high. Go ahead and heel toe your feet toward the middle of the mat. Step back on your left foot, scooping under with the left hip. Reach the hands high, finding a crescent lunge. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Scoop your hip forward. Take a deep breath as you reach up through the fingers. Exhale, turning towards your forward thigh, keeping those shoulders over the hips. Take one more breath. And we drop the left hand down to the floor. Lengthen out through your left leg for revolved runner's lunge. Dropping the right hand. Frame up that front foot. Inhale, engaging your core. Scoop the hips, reach the hands high. Crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Lining up through the front heel, the back arch, hips, shoulders in the center. Keeping a deep bend in that front knee. Inhale, flip the right hand to the ceiling. Reaching up, opening up the side body, as we bring our right bicep as close to the cheek as we can, either sliding the left hand down the leg or reaching back behind for a bind. On your next exhale, spin those hands down, frame up the front foot, picking up your back heel. To return to your runner's lunge, step into a plank. Step forward with the left foot, scoop the hip under, reach those hands high, find your crescent lunge. Sink in just a little bit, scooping the hip, dropping the shoulders. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, find your revolved crescent lunge. Maybe you can follow those back fingertips with your gaze, deepening your twist. On your next exhale, drop the right hand to the floor, sweep the left hand high as you lengthen out through the right leg, revolved runner's lunge. And on your next exhale, frame up that front foot. Inhale, scoop the hips under, reach the hands high. Exhale, warrior two, pivoting that back foot so it's at a right angle, deep bend in that front knee, keeping your alignment strong. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach the hand high, taking that left bicep as close to your cheek as you can, either sliding down the back or reaching behind for that half bind if you did that on the other side. On your next exhale, windmill those arms down. Frame up the front foot. Come into your plank. Drop down to the knees. Crossing over at the shin and calf. Roll over those legs. Come onto your seat. We're going to take the feet out nice and wide. Bring your hands right next to your hips to give you some support. Lengthen out through the spine. And begin to dip. Left knee, right knee. And continue moving through that mobility.
for the hips. If you find yourself sort of sliding forward, walking a little forward, it's okay, just push yourself back into place. And then we bring the knees to stillness. Bring your feet a little bit closer together and let yourself roll all the way down onto your back. Once you're there, we're going to take the feet out to the edges of the mat and take your arms out wide like the letter T. We're going to windshield wiper the legs once again. This time, we're going to keep the knees going in the same direction, moving simultaneously. Let's let the knees stay on the right. If you'd like to deepen that twist, maybe taking your gaze to the left. Let your body feel supported by the floor, just sinking into the mat. Inhale, bringing the head and knees to neutral. Exhale, taking that windshield wiper. This time, letting the knees stay pointing to the left. Option again to turn your head to the right if you'd like. Just letting the floor support you and gravity help you with the stretch. And on your next inhale, bringing those knees right up to the center. We're going to hug those knees into the chest, hands right on top of the knees, gently rocking side to side, letting the floor give your back a little bit of a massage. Take your knees on a big circle, one way and around the other. If you feel any tightness or soreness, just pause on that spot or rock on it, kind of work it out. Then we bring it back to the center. Hug your knees in a little bit closer and gently rock yourself up. Coming into any seated position that you feel comfortable with. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Let's take a nice big deep breath here. Exhale. We're going to allow our fingertips to crawl out away from us and let your head drop to the left. Take your right fingertips and point them toward the ceiling, and your left fingertips gently squeeze through the neck. You can let the fingers walk up and down. And then we take a deep breath, reaching up nice and high once again. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, this time allowing our head to drop to the right. We pop those left fingertips up off the floor. Take your right hand and give that little massage to the neck, little squeeze or walk up and down. And then we take another nice big deep breath out and up. Let's bring those hands to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts, from my heart to yours. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Mobility is such a critical part of our healthy lives and healthy aging, so make sure you're making it a part of your everyday movement. If you did enjoy today's practice, please make sure you like, share, comment, all the things, subscribe so you don't miss any future practices that might be beneficial to you. If you'd like to add some more ways to integrate wellness into your everyday life, please come visit me at laylowellness.com.